Hello. Hi everyone. This is Hemantyam, third sem BCA SFS College. I'm gonna take a small seminar with the topic Digital India, Power to Empower. Firstly, let's know what is Digital India. Digital India is a campaign launched by the Government of India in order to ensure the government's services are made available to the citizens electronically by improved online infrastructure and by increasing internet connectivity or making the country digitally empowered in the field of technology. Its motto is power to empower. It provides a high-speed internet, mobile phone, and a bank account enabling participation in digital and financial space. Its purpose is to take digital literacy to the next level by providing digital resource in Indian languages. Next thing is that let's know the history of Digital India. Digital India was launched by Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi on 1st July 2015 under the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology with Dr. Ravi Shankar as a key member. The Vision of Digital India program also aims at inclusive growth in the areas of electronic services, products, manufacturing and job opportunities, etc. The Government of India entity Bharat Broadband Network Limited (BBNL), which executes the National Optic Fiber Network project, will be the custodian of Digital India project. And the next thing is estimated costs and impacts. Overall cost of Digital India is rupees 100,000 crore in ongoing schemes and rupees 13,000 crore for new schemes and activities. Impact of Digital India by 2019. Broadband in 2.5 lakh villages. Universal phone connectivity. Net zero imports by 2020. 400,000 public internet access points. Wi-Fi in 2.5 lakh schools, all universities. Public Wi-Fi hotspot for citizens like in bus stands and uh, railway stations. Then job creation for rupees for 1.7 crore and indirect at least 8.5 crore jobs will be created, and e-governance and e-services across government. India to be the leader in IT use in services, health, education and banking. Digitally empowered citizens, public cloud and internet access. Next thing is 9 pillars of the Digital India. The first thing is broadband highways. This covers three sub components, namely broadband for all rural, broadband for all urban, and national information infrastructure. Under broadband for all rural, 250,000 village panchayats would be covered. This project cost is estimated to be approximately 32,000 crores. And the next one is universal access to mobile connectivity. This initiative focuses on network penetration and filling the gaps in uh, connectivity in the country. As a part of the comprehensive development plan for Northeast, providing mobile coverage to uncovered villages has been initiated. Public Internet Access Program, the two subcomponents of PICP, that is Public Internet Access Program, is Common Service Center for to make ration cards, Aadhaar cards, and many other government facilities, and post offices as a multi-service centers. And next one, the fourth one is e-governance, reforming government through technology. Government business process using IT to improve transaction in the most critical for transaction across government. That is, it needs to be implemented by all the departments or ministries. Fifth one is e-Kranti, electronic delivery of services. This focuses on technology for education, health, farmers, security, financial inclusion, justice, planning, and cyber security, etc. And the sixth one is information for all. Open data platform and online hosting of information and document. MyGovernment.in has already been launched as a medium of exchange of ideas or suggestion to the government, where every citizen can post their ideas in a website with the government. Online messaging to citizens. And the next one is electronic manufacturing. This required coordinated action on many fronts like taxation, incentives, skill development, and government procurement. And the eighth one is IT for jobs. 1 crore students from smaller towns and villages will be trained for IT sectors jobs over 5 years. DAITY would be the nodal department for the scheme for these schemes. And the last one is early harvest programs. IT platforms for messages, government greeting to be e-greeting, that is electronic greeting, and biometric attendance, Wi-Fi in all universities. Next thing is Digital India Initiative. The first thing that is Aadhaar, a 12-digit unique identity for every Indian individual, including children and infants. It establishes a very every uniqueness in every individual, like biometric and demographic information. And the next one is e-sign, which is an online digital signature service where people digitally sign in a document with a document by an like for a document with an Aadhaar holder using online service. Aadhaar is mandatory for this service, that is e-sign for e-sign. And the next one is pay government, which is a very useful thing. It is an option to pay online via via UPI. Presently, there are many apps like Paytm, Google Pay, Phone Pay, PayPal, and Beam Pay, etc. And the next one is Digital Locker. Digital Locker is a service launched by the Government of India in February 2015 to provide a secure, dedicated, personal electronic space for storing a document of resident Indian citizen. The storage space is maximum 1 GB is linked to the Aadhaar number of a single user. And the next one is Ittal. Ittal is a web portal dissemination of e-transaction statistics of national and state level e-governance projects, including mission mode projects. Next one is Jan Dhan Yojan. It's a financial inclusion program of the government of India open to Indian citizens that aims to expand affordable access to financial services such as bank accounts, remittance, credit, insurance, and pensions. Next thing is National Digital Literacy. It has been formulated to impact IT training to 52.5 lakh persons, including Anganwadi and Asha workers and authorized ration dealers in all the states and cities across the country so that non IT literate citizens are trained to become IT literates. E-Bhasha. All government websites will move from bilingual to multilingual. Digital India websites available in mainly in 12 languages at present, uh, and 22 more constitutionally recognized language are being work is in progress. And last one is digital India investment opportunities. There are a lot many opportunities to invest on India for digital India, like building broadband infrastructure, cyber security, creating identity solutions, payment systems, web or mobile based delivery structures, healthcare, smart cities, Make in India project. Uh, for example, investment in digital India, Reliance Industries has invested a lot money. That is 39.3 billion US dollars. Bharati Airtel, Birla Group, Vedanta, and Vodafone, ADA Limited, etc. These are my references. Thank you.